Welcome to the Impact Nations podcast. My name is Tim. I am your host, and this is season 8.
Shalom is deep connection in the midst of all of that. Shalom is about the radical connectedness of all things.
I love digging into the original language and things, but I feel like shalom has been cheapened almost, and forgive me, but I feel like you redeemed the word a little bit for me because it feels cheapened.
This is the craziest day of my life. The kingdom of heaven is like a homeless man who changes the world at his funeral. Wow, this is what the kingdom of God is like. And so I think a lot of times the kingdom of God is the only thing big enough to contain our stories.
When we're reading the Old Testament and we come across the baby dashing, what do?
That's it. And that's where the Jesus lens comes in most handy.
Son never acts as an agent of change upon the Father. The good news is that God is like Jesus, and that Jesus comes to reveal to us exactly what God is like.
But Christians and Muslims have mostly lived side by side in peace in that land. I feel fair in saying that because that is what I've read and that is what I've heard firsthand. And that is also what I've observed living in Bethlehem even today.
We have created a world in the image of Aristotle and Plato, not in the image of God.
The Palestinian Authority made a law. I thought it was fascinating that all the traditional Christian towns in Palestine must have a Christian mayor. And part of that is to preserve the Christian presence in the land and not have their voice, because they're a minority now, be completely obscured.
Sometimes I think maybe we look at another Christian brother or sister who is anointed in a different way, and we think, gee, I need to be doing the same thing. And yet there is no cookie cutter solution, and the Lord has anointed us and appointed us to different roles, and we need to embrace that, which we've been given.
But I feel like the land is the fifth gospel in ways that we're just, or at least I myself am really now beginning to see in terms of how the context in which the gospel was birthed, so much of it is not dissimilar to what is happening today. It is a fantastic place to wrestle.